Right. Good afternoon from beautiful BGC in rainy season, but the sun's out today. No rain today. Beautiful blue skies. Nice weather. It's cool. It's not real hot. Not real muggy, not very humid today. We've had rain every day for the last couple weeks. It's rained every afternoon and early evening. But that's what you get here during rain season here in BGC, here in Manila, and here in the Philippines. So anyway, what I wanted to do today is talk about my survey that I put up a few days ago on YouTube about age gap. That seems to be a big topic of conversation, a lot of controversy surrounding it. You know, why do foreigners come to the Philippines to date? You know, you got the passport bro situation. You got the expats that are retiring here. My background is I came here for work, and when my job ended back in August last year, I just decided I was tired of the stress and the rat race of working. I'd been working a long time and was ready to do something different, as in not work. So I took early retirement, and I figured, you know, I worked out my budget, and I figured living here in the Philippines, I could retire early and make it happen. So I stayed here. So here I am. So I did a video, one of the first videos I did a couple months ago. I talked about passport bros and white people come here to live and retire in the Philippines. And so a big conversation lately has been age gap. You know, what is acceptable as far as our Western culture compared to here in the Philippines or other countries in Asia. So I did that survey, and I said, what, and I bracketed it 10-year brackets. I go, what is the maximum age gap a foreigner should have with their Filipina wife/girlfriend? And I did up to 10 years, 10 to 20 year age gap, 20 to 30 year age gap, 30 to 40 year age gap, and then over 40 year age gap. Anything over 40. And it's interesting, the different reactions, the different votes I got. So I'm going to tell you what those are, and I will break them down by, I'll rank them from 5th to number 1. And I will tell you, I got a lot of votes from in each category, but one was by far a lot higher than the others. So coming in number 5 was at 6%, was the 20 to 30 year age gap. So that kind of surprised me, because that's kind of right in the middle, and that came in last. So if that's any indication of what's to come, I think the extremes are going to be the ones that win out. But that came in at number 5, the 20 to 30 year age gap. Number 4, at 8% of the votes, was the 30 to 40 year age gap. And I will say that 80% of my viewers, my subscribers, are male, so that may have something to do with some of the voting as you're going to see here. But so that came in 4th, 8% at the 30 to 40 age range gap. Number 3, right in the middle. And Pick Up Coffee is a good place to get coffee, real cheap, by the way. They have them all over Manila, all over BGC. So number 3, right in the middle, was the 10 to 20 year age gap. So 16% of the voters said that a 10 to 20 year age gap would be the highest age gap that they would think is acceptable in dating a foreigner with a Filipina, or marrying a foreigner with a Filipina. So that's the 10 to 20 year age gap. All right, so we're down to our final 2, and they're both extremes. So at number 2, with 30% of the votes, came the up to 10 year age gap, which, when you look at it, 30%, that came in second. That up to 10 years is kind of acceptable in Western culture. You see a lot of couples in the US and in the West with that age gap of under 10 years, basically, or up to 10 years. And that's acceptable. People tend to be okay with that. They don't question it. Badminton's huge, by the way, here in the Philippines. They love to play badminton. It's good to see. Good to see kids outside playing instead of on their phones all the time. All right, so that brings us to number 1. And of course, now everybody kind of knows where I'm going with this. Number 1 is, with 42% of the votes, 40 and over age gap is acceptable to 42% of the voters. Hello. 42% of the voters said an age gap of a foreigner with a Filipina wife or girlfriend, 40 plus year gap, is acceptable. So put in your comments here what you think. If you voted, give me your reasoning behind it. If you didn't vote, let me know what you think. What do you think is acceptable for a maximum age gap? You can, I think if you want to respond anonymously, I think you can. I think there's a way to do that. If you want to send me your true feelings without giving us your identity. If you don't mind, that's fine too. You can give identity. That'd be fine. I gotta tell you, this is why you can't walk fast in the Philippines, because they get in these slow groups and they get all across like that, so you can't get around them. It's impossible to pass. It's like the caution flag is out in a NASCAR race. So anyway, so tell me what you think. Like, share, subscribe, please. I do appreciate it. We're working up to 600 subscribers now, so my channel is growing really fast, and I really do appreciate everybody, what they do, watching my videos and subscribing. I do appreciate it. Share it too, that way it gets out to more people, and I do appreciate that as well. But let me know in the comment section as far as what you think about the age gap, and is it a controversy? Is it no big deal? How do you feel about it? If there's an older foreigner or expat and he's married or dating a young girl with a 40-year age gap more, or 30-year age gap or more, is that acceptable? Do you feel that's love? Do you feel they can love each other? Or do you feel it's more of like a transactional thing where they both understand what the other is getting? Maybe the girl is, you know, the foreigner is taking care of her and her family financially. She, being a young, beautiful Filipina, is taking care of his needs. Do you feel that's what these relationships are about? Or do you feel that it is love? Can there be love with an age gap that high? Can there be a commonality? Is there something for them to talk about? I'm curious to know what your feelings are, and curious to see how you feel about it. If you're in a relationship, I'd love to hear your comments. If you're a foreigner in a relationship with a Filipina, I would, or somebody in Asia, I would love to hear your comments about it. You know, about 32% of my audience is from the Philippines, so I super do appreciate what that is all about. Hi, man. So let me know in the comments section. Speaking of age gap, we're just talking about age gap relations. There's one right there. This guy's 100 and she's like 20. All right, so let me know what you think in the comments section. Like, share, subscribe, and hit that bell. Let me know what you think.
Hit the bell, yeah.
Hit the bell, right? All right, we'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.